My name is Ben Couldridge. I'm a co-founder of 8th Floor Limited. We're a hotel representation, consultancy, and content creation company that works with luxury lifestyle hotels all over the world. I want to discuss a subject that is for sure on every hotelier and owner's mind at the moment, and offer some insights and ideas on how we feel you can manage the recovery period best moving forward. So quickly on the agenda today, we'll be looking at obviously the uncertainty, why we feel hotels should act now to recover, priorities for commercial success in sales and marketing. Don't forget marketing and PR has become more and more important over the years, especially as we are unable to visit our clients face to face. The Recovery Collective, and then we'll end with conclusions and some time for questions. So let's get started. So I don't think you need me to tell you of how uncertain things are at the moment. We're actually in one of the bleakest outlooks that has been since benchmarking began in 1970s. Hotel occupancy rates in 2021 are forecast to be around 55% across the UK. And I'll show you some stats in a second. And it could take up to 4 years to return to pre-COVID-19 levels, which is pretty scary. This is stark reality, obviously, for once optimistic industry, which year on year we just saw growth after growth. Given the large number of uncertainties with COVID-19, restrictions, forecasting hotel demand, etc., it's extremely hard to do sales and marketing activities and to know what to deploy, especially if it comes to spending money. Business travel, as we know, will remain muted. Key gateway cities like London and Edinburgh, which rely heavily on international leisure or corporate, are going to obviously have a big decline in 2021 from this market. So they're going to have to readjust. And hotels perhaps in coastal or country locations could obviously fare better with the booming staycation demand. So although forecasts for 2021 show some relief compared to the precipitous declines in 2020 that we'd all like to forget, this is far from business as usual. With room occupancy rates across the UK, as I said, forecasted to be the lowest since benchmarking began. So having a look at that, this is from PwC. It was from the end of the year, so obviously things change so quickly at the moment. It might change slightly, but they feel that the forecast in London will be roughly about 52.4% this year and about 59% in the region. So that represents a decline of 31% for London and 16% respectively when compared with 2019. I think this shows the scale of the challenge for hotels planning for the year ahead. The only significant market, as I mentioned before, that we all know about could be UK domestic tourism. So with ADR and RevPAR, we'll start to rebound some way to recover back to 2019 highs. So as I said, hotels must act now to recover. As Jessica said at the beginning, there is some optimism in the UK market started, thankfully, with new news recently. And we believe it is, and I'm sure every hotelier believes it is the right time now to start looking forward. It's going to take longer than before. It's definitely going to take longer than 2008 global financial crisis. It appears unlikely that RevPAR in London will return to 2019 levels until mid-2023 or 2024. No previous event has had such a deep and long-lasting negative impact on hotels, and there's no quick or magic fix out of this, unfortunately. While the route to recovery is unlikely to be 100% smooth, there are actions hoteliers can take to put themselves on the right path. They need to have control over the complex financial, operational, and commercial challenges they face to find success and a strong recovery. We believe through focusing upon the right sales and marketing actions and strategic planning now, hotels can mitigate the uncertainty ahead of the coming months and years. So what are some of them? So these are some of our priorities we believe on a sales and marketing commercial side for success. Just a few examples. And as we said, even though we can't physically sell to our clients at the moment, and there's a reduced demand and more competition, hotels that do invest in sales and marketing and in looking at their planning will succeed. So firstly, most importantly, create a flexible business model. The hotels that will succeed in 2021 are those that are leaner, simpler, and nimble. Now is the time to think differently. Shift focus to customers and tune into their needs. Reorganize their operations and have week-by-week strategic reviews. This is vital now as consumers are confirming everything so last minute. Make sure you stay engaged with your customers. Even though hotels are closed and we can't visit our clients physically, there are ways to stay in touch. People have time to view virtual presentations and have a catch-up call. You have to think of ways to be different, as everyone is a little bit zoomed out at the moment, e.g. online competitions, fun games where they actually maybe learn something about your hotel and keep people engaged and interested in your brand. Remember, even post-COVID, I don't need to tell you this, people buy from people. So keeping these important relationships going, even if it's just to remember a client's birthday or checking in on them with a friendly hello and not always trying to sell, will be remembered when they have a booking to place. Next, know your customers and be prepared for change of strategy. Understanding guest sentiment using CRM tools, customer relationship management, is vital. You've got to understand more your loyal client base and their needs will matter now more than ever. Hotels will need to be comfortable with a short-term marketing plan and be ready for that to change with this evolving pandemic. This may be orientated towards UK domestic tourism now, which can be constantly updated as the market shifts. For some hotels, as we know, this may not be their core market, and competition will be tough as more properties compete on a smaller, less diverse cohort of travellers. Keep an eye on the results and trends and be prepared for change. Take the time to really analyse your hotel's past performances and team's actions. Pre-COVID, I know for me, and I'm sure for everyone out there, we were all so busy that we literally putting one fire out and getting onto the next and never really having time to stop and analyse and think. This is the time to really review your business commercial operations and rethink for the future. Look at what makes the company the most profit, not just revenue. See what the client feedback was, as customers always see things differently and can we ask trusted. So, have a call with your trusted clients and ask them what they feel, because you might be surprised by the results. Get your teams involved and feel part of the strategic process by asking them what they think. And if you're opening a new hotel tomorrow, what would they do? You might be surprised by some other insights. Some other examples include room type optimization. Are the modifiers working for suites and premium room types, or are they just a vanity project? As most hotels have a shockingly low occupancy in suite sales. Do you need different modifiers for weekend versus midweek stays? And perhaps have you done a SWOT analysis versus your competitors just on their suite product? Sales structure and accountability. Do you have the right team members focused on the right markets? Should you focus more on leisure now versus corporate? Is marketing going to be a better way to grow revenue in the future? And is the team motivated to achieve a certain revenue goal? Or do they even have goals and KPIs? Lots of questions to ask yourself right now. And lastly, rational dynamic pricing. Review your historical data in STR. Did you have the right pricing? Were you focused on an ADR model in the past? You need to look at occupancy for the short term or the long term. Providing discounts on non-core offerings such as food and beverage or wellness and spa can help hoteliers maintain pricing on their core room product. They still attract the customers they want. Customer booking patterns have also shifted to much shorter lead times. Hotels need to minimise any inventory restrictions they have and make the booking process as flexible as possible. Don't forget marketing PR, and also in this time, be remarkable. In any business, as we know, a solid marketing strategy is critical to building a brand, attracting new customers and maintaining loyalty. The hospitality industry is no different because customer loyalty is key. Marketing managers and executives devote a lot of time and resources to building brand awareness and creating ongoing interconnected campaigns. These marketing efforts usually include both print and digital collateral that target former guests as well as attracting new clients. So what's the importance of marketing? We believe marketing has changed over the recent years and is evolving more and more. It is an important sales tool. We have social media, influencer marketing, paid advertising, digital SEO, PPC, PR, and obviously other traditional marketing actions are all becoming more and more important in a hotel's success. Gone are the days where it's acceptable to pay extortionate amounts for large-scale PR and humongous advertising budgets and top glossy magazines. Here are just a couple of examples we believe will help you to stick out from the crowd and be remembered. PR needs to show ROI. Good PR can offer you so much more than just press release writing, advertising, and non-targeted influencer requests, and it should go beyond traditional media to keep up with the way people are engaging with media because it changes so quickly. We have worked with Palm PR based in Shoreditch for many years. They specialise in hospitality. They have a very successful model to show ROI to the clients. with pre-agreed KPIs and objectives. Hotels should demand more nowadays, and PR agencies need to step up and show accountability and a return for their efforts. Here are just a couple of examples of some additional services a good PR agency should be offering, or you should be thinking about doing if you manage PR in-house. Building an audience. Using in-depth audience insight tools, your business objectives, and their own understanding of consumer activity, it will identify your target audience online. Use data provided by all 3 major social media networks to build a completely unique audience data set. And they can be targeted with content that will appeal to them and convert to sales, which is what we all want. This super targeted approach means there's no wastage and every piece of coverage is getting to the right audience. Press activity. Press days, news trends, feature pieces, and roundups. They come up with creative ideas to maximize the press and consumer interest and help boost awareness and sales. Influencer activity. Work with specific qualified influencers, a highly relevant audience and tangible results through valuable endorsements to the right communities across Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and don't forget TikTok. And lastly, social media advertising. Direct-to-consumer digital advertising posted on Facebook and Instagram and LinkedIn for business to business. This would be targeted at the same groups that read the target publications and who follow selected influencers, so that all efforts are integrated for maximum results. Last 2 points on marketing and PR I want to discuss are focus on experience. As we know, people are looking for experiences over things. So make sure your marketing strategies focus on how it makes people feel and emotions, not just what it is. Be authentic. People want authentic communication and brand messages, especially in the world we currently live in. They also want to be able to book directly from a social post with the least amount of taps. So make sure you add booking links to your posts. Reviews and ratings are also more and more important, as well as community stories and how your hotel is helping others. You need to do much more than just offer a great bed and shower nowadays to attract customers. And we feel very important, especially in this day and age, is embrace technology. So with limited personal contact becoming the new norm, as we know, you need to find a way to communicate more with less. Whether you decide to invest in new sales and marketing technology or not, the market has changed, and those that do not keep up will be left behind. Virtual presentations, video content, and immersive 360 hotel tours are all necessary to engage with your clients and remain competitive. People expect to be able to see a hotel in its spaces virtually or in 3D now, and photographs just don't offer the same experience. Clients are led by emotion, and capitalizing on modern technology enables your hotel to stand out. So I'm going to show you a couple of examples out there that we offer, and obviously many other companies can as well. So we offer 360-degree immersive content, so creation from obviously your traditional drone, video, 3D virtual tours and floor plan creations to more sophisticated, customized online e-hub. This is a branded microsite focused on selling the hotel overall, either for a specific segment, e.g. weddings and mice markets, or just giving the customer the information they actually want without having to go through endless presentations or strolling through your website. And also we have the Hub application. So for the first time, you're able to show vast amounts of immersive media and information at your fingertips to sell your property or multiple properties if you're a chain from an iPad or a laptop. Videos, PDFs, images, virtual tours, presentations, etc., all in an appealing, professional way. So no need to open and close multiple sources. These products provide sales teams with the next level of virtual and immersive selling. Also, don't be afraid to seek professional help and advice in these uncertain times. There are many great companies out there that can really help you deliver success and see things through a fresh pair of eyes. For example, at 8th Floor, we introduced the Recovery Collective last year, a group of travel and hospitality experts with decades of experience in the industry and a personal passion and drive to get businesses open and thriving again. We provide a comprehensive and cost-effective offering of targeted solutions to accelerate hotel recovery, post-lockdown and beyond. So whether it be sales and marketing, PR, digital content, F&B, or operational support, we're your one-stop shop. So to conclude, it's not all doom and gloom. Travel will return. The recovery is going to be longer this time. It took several years to climb out of the last recession, as we said. The post-COVID-19 recovery will be slow and gradual. Those businesses that treat COVID-19 as a distinct agile transformation project will perform best. hotels need to look at the issues through three lenses. Firstly, a strategic lens, asking what do we want to achieve? Secondly, an operating lens, detailing how it can be achieved. And lastly, an efficiency lens, exploring how well it should be done. As I said, it's not all doom and gloom. There's a huge pent-up demand for travel. The UK and London, as a destination, are some of the top global travel destinations in the world. We're still going to see millions of people from the UK that want to book a staycation holiday or a city break away, even if it's just a weekend away, and a change of scenery from their four walls. And millions of international guests wanting to visit the UK for holiday need to be here for business or visit friends and family. So though it's not going to be necessarily easy for every hotel or sales and marketing team, there is still a fantastic opportunity to prepare for change, and some hotels will thrive. Focus on what they need to do as a team and succeed. So lastly, I'd just like to obviously summarise and say plan for success and plan for failure. Be agile, think outside the box, take calculated risks, engage with your clients, invest in the right PR and marketing technology, and work as a team focusing on the same goals. Also remember to stay positive, as if you truly believe you will succeed and get through it, you will. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much, Ben. Really good to hear you. And I first of all have a little comment to make because around PR, just because, I run a PR agency, so I know that good PR done well is one of the most cost-effective and powerful forms of marketing. And I know you kind of made that point, so I just have to sort of say that. But I have a couple of questions, and I'd really love for you to talk a little bit more about the flexible business models that hoteliers can now adopt. Because in a way, we've been given a sort of an opportunity to really look outside of the box and do things differently. Could you talk a little bit about what they might be and what you're seeing perhaps from your customers? What are these flexible business models?
Yeah, I think in the past, obviously, everyone did the things the way they did them. It was every year, goals had to go up. We reviewed our monthly STR. It was always very much kind of like there were changes year on year, but really there wasn't a fundamental change. I think now with COVID and the opportunity, obviously, of a complete starting again for some hotels, and no one knows what's happening, I think we really need to embrace that change. Whether it be looking at different markets, whether it be looking at how you work. For example, some hotels might need to readjust their teams and what they focus on. I think, ultimately, it's not going to change that fundamentally. Hotels are still hotels. It's not rocket science. People need somewhere to stay. And so you've got to make sure, you're in their mind. So it's looking at all of the facets of sales and marketing, but with a lens of flexibility and change, I think. Because, maybe it will only take 6 months for things to come back. Maybe it will take 2 years. We don't know. So I think hoteliers need to, not go crazy and change everything or spend your fortune on, changing everything, but they need to be prepared for small changes to their plan as they go through and as they see demand come back.
Great. Thank you, Ben. It was really great. So thank you very much.